So I was going to say, speaking of time capsule, my wife was up there cleaning out the attic with my brother-in-law. And there's just a bunch of shit up there. We've traveled from one house to the other. That traveled with me from like my teenage years all the way to here. It's stuff that I never looked at. You know, just
my God.
shit in a box that I didn't want to throw away.
I just recently had to do that from my dad's house, and it was, whew. We're looking at stuff from when you're 17.
I know.
Which I'm guessing you just did.
I came across gold. Gold for the TCB crowd. Let me tell you what I found. I found hours, and I mean hundreds of tapes, the blank cassettes.
Yeah.
Of me playing guitar and singing into the cassette tape recorder.
Just you and a guitar.
Me and this guy, me and that girl, me and this person. Many of these are drug-induced nights. So I know when my voice is like 3 octaves higher that it's me on cocaine. And I know when I'm slurring, it's me hammered. And then there's times I'm sure, when I got my wisdom teeth out, I'm probably all, viked out or something like that.
What was that lyric?
Hey! We used to play this game when we were like just high as shit. We would play this game where it would be, I do a lyric, you do a lyric, right? I'll start playing guitar and I do a lyric, you do a lyric. We write it down and we'll make a song.
Yeah.
In one of my houses, we had a whiteboard. We lived, me and this guy named Dave, we lived in the screened-in porch of a 1-bedroom apartment.
Really?
Dave and I did. Yes, we lived there
shared
together.
A bedroom.
We shared a bedroom.
You shared a porch.
We shared a porch. I was on the floor. He had a little cot, like a military cot.
My God.
And then inside the house, we were like, when you open the screen door to go, so cold, rain, snow, whatever. We lived through it. We slept there on that floor no matter what happened. So some nights were freezing fucking cold. Some nights you basically had to sleep in the nude and fan your nuts off. I mean, it was so hot. When you walked in the screen door or the entrance to the screen porch was this tiny little kitchenette, right? And then we put a big whiteboard up there. And we used to write lyrics to songs on the whiteboard when we were so snowed out, we didn't even know what the fuck was going on. And I found some of those tapes.
This sounds like a great story for Behind the Music.
Oh, it's behind the cocaine is what it is. Behind the cocaine. Why
were you living on a board?
Well, because cocaine.
Okay.
What prompted you to live on a screen porch? Cocaine. It was a great idea. It kept me warm at night. Cocaine. I don't know. I don't even know. This guy named Booty. His name was Booty. Booth. His name was Booth. I don't want to give his first name away, but we called him Booty. Like he was. He was a big old Texas boy, and he just was like, "Who are those 2 fucking rats sleeping in my?" He didn't care as long as we paid him the $100 a month or whatever. It was a crazy time.
He's like, "I got a place. It's my porch.
It's my porch." I don't know how we convinced him to sleep in the screened-in porch. We thought, and we were so obnoxious. Like we'd be up all night long playing guitar. Snorting lines and drinking Bud Lights, and there'd be Bud Light cans all over the place. I mean, we're like 21 years old. There's no responsibility in us whatsoever. And this guy actually had a fiance at one time. He moved here
at one time.
At one time, that's right. He would go over to her house all the time. That's why I think why we didn't get bothered. Then there was another guy who lived in the apartment too, but he also had a bad drinking problem, and he slept at the bar some nights. We opened and closed the bar. So listen to this. So the guy...
That sounds like...
it was the worst of the situation. I'm pretty sure that's not permissible by the leasing office. Yeah. So this
leasing office, forget about pets. They've got 2 guys sleeping on the porch.
I know. And people would like go out to the woods to walk their dogs, and we'd be out there playing guitar and snorting coke.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you. We've been up since Tuesday. What day is it? Saturday? Sweet. So Booty had a truck that sat outside under a blue tarp. And the leasing office came to him, and he had taken it from Texas, and it had been there for like 9 months. And it was this old Toyota truck, like one of the dinky little Toyota trucks. Yes. You know, I'm taller than the Toyota truck, right? Just a horrible piece of shit truck. But I did not have a car. And
so it was grand.
Nor did I have a license, but at least not one that I had like on my person. I had lost it many years earlier. So the leasing office comes one day. And then, I can hear them talking, Booty's kind of getting all riled up, and he's like, fine, I'll, whatever. Comes back and he's like, I gotta get rid of the fucking truck with the blue tarp. Neighbors are complaining. And I'm like, I'll take it. And he's like, you'll buy it? And I was like, I'll buy it. And he goes, how much you buy it for? And I was like, 200? And he's like, 300 and you got a deal.
Oh,
I bought a Toyota truck for $300.
Okay.
So we go outside the next day and we take off the tarp and it's a piece of shit and it's got mold all over it and the seats are coming off and there's not even, the radio doesn't work. So I have to put like a boom box in there so I can play my cassettes. And it's a stick shift, which I barely know how to drive. So he goes, Bryan, I took this from Texas 9 months ago, and the 3 years previous to that, it had been on a farm, and I never once got an oil change in it. Never once changed the oil. You must change the oil. First thing you should do, change the oil.
Definitely.
Go get the oil changed. 6 weeks later, I am driving down the highway, and I literally put a rod through the roof of the hood of the car. Boink. A rod came up through it because the engine seized up and the rod broke the whatever and the thing broke the whatever.
Boink.
Yeah. And I just like, you should have. It was the most awful noise I've ever heard. Clack, 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 clack.
God.
And I managed to roll up one of the exits and I find a payphone and I call and I'm like, hey, man, I'm not paying for this car because I hadn't given him the money yet. I'm like, I'm not paying for this car. It just broke. And he's like, did you get an oil change? And I'm like, I was going to do that today.
Yeah, I was on my way.
I was on my way. He's like, it's 9:00 at night. I was like, but I was on my way back from the drug dealer's house.
Yeah.
Poor Booty. He suffered us fools. And I mean, just...
Wow.
What am I going to say? I was 21 years old. And
yeah, the good old days.
None of us are proud of our past. And some of us aren't proud of our present. But I try. I have been digging deep in the annals of the internet.
As you do.
As I do. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to bring attention to something that I think is kind of like maybe a disturbing thing that's going on out there in the world. You know, there's these like extreme couponers, right? Okay,
yes.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a future episode. But there are people who take it a step further. They call themselves extreme cheapskates.
Okay.
And what they do is they try and save a penny every single place that they go, or pick up a penny every single place that they go.
Okay.
And they will do things like never use electricity, except when they have to like walk in the hallway at night. They might flip on the light for like 5 seconds just to see where they're going.
Wow.
Right? They never use the air conditioning. They've sold their air conditioning unit to someone else, or they dumpster dive for everything that they eat or they take home. They ask other people if they're eating, you go to like the food court at the mall and you're done with your food and you have a couple bites of your cheeseburger left and they come over and they go, are you done with that cheeseburger? Oh. And then you say yes and they take it from you, right? They're like, okay, can I have that? Sure, I guess I'm just going to throw it away. These people do crazy things to save $1. Crazy things. I think it's kind of disturbing, but some people just live like this. This is, they're...
Yeah, it's a fine line, I think, because I like to turn off the lights when I leave a room. I like to, generally be...
Good for you.
Thanks, Thanos.
Go for Thanos.
Thanks, Thanos.
I don't even think we've run that episode yet. Which is probably confusing you guys, but there's an episode where we called Thanos, and this is Thanos.
Good for you.
Thanks, Thanos. We appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can understand
a fine line.
Turning off the lights when you leave the house.
It can become an obsession, though. I could see
absolutely.
How it would be.
Like my dad when I was
no
a kid.
Waste.
Yeah. Oh, like we'd be all...
Because I get mad about that, too, like in our refrigerator. Jeff and... The kids, they want bananas. Every time I go to the grocery store and I get the bananas and the bananas go brown, I'm not getting the bananas anymore, guys. Jeff, if you're listening, not getting the bananas anymore. You don't eat them, and I hate throwing away food.
Jeff.
So I can kind of see where it can go. Take it a step too far, though.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you. I remember when I was a kid, my dad bordered on this because he wouldn't turn on the air conditioning. He turned on what was called the whole house fan.
Oh, the fan,
which is the fan in the ceiling,
the overhead
that would
fan.
Just suck in air from the, and it would suck
central?
in 90s. Central fan. We called it a whole house fan, and it would just suck in. I remember we would go to the lake.
You're like sweating.
I know.
But there's a breeze, but you're sweating.
So what ended up happening is everybody got a fan in their room. We had the whole house fan, and then everyone had one of those little box fans that sat on the floor in their room, and we would all end up laying in front of them, during the middle of the night because it was just so hot. I know, and my dad would think this whole house fan was just the cat's dick. I mean, he was just like, he was so impressed with himself that he didn't use the air conditioning. And I love my dad. another thing that commonly happened is we'd all get in the car.
He is enjoying a nice retirement right now, isn't he?
He's a millionaire. He's a millionaire.
There you go.
He's got lots of money. I, on the other hand, am not a millionaire. And I've got 7 lights going on in the studio for a show that no one watches. So he one of the things that would happen frequently, we'd all pack in the car to go somewhere, and my dad would not be in the car because he would be running around the house making sure that every electrical thing was unplugged or turned off. And then we get home and we have to go around plugging everything back in and turning on the lights, you know?
Yes.
I guess with 4 boys, you have to watch your pennies. But these people take it to the extreme. And so I've got a couple of examples of that if you'd like to listen. I mean, what am I saying? If you like to listen, I'm going to play it anyway. It's like you have a choice. You're here. That's the whole point of the fucking show, Brian. I mean,
I like that you get my buy-in.
Yeah,
It's good
I
to
want
get
to
my
make sure
buy-in.
that we
There
have.
might be a time I say, that's it. I have said it about a couple things.
Yeah, there's a couple things, but I agreed with you on those because once we got into it, we were like,
this is weird.
There's a couple episodes that y'all will never hear because when I recorded the bit, when I started thinking about the episode, I put it together. It was funny in my mind, but as it started to play out, it was just either borderline creepy, racist, or it just ended up being something that just didn't play well or that we didn't agree with. We were like, okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
But Cheapskates, I think we can all agree on. No, we couldn't make it funny. Yeah, we were both like looking at each other like, The ASMR video was almost like that. The little 11-year-old who was going to knock people out and take a picture of them.
Weird.
Oh my God. Go back and listen to the ASMR video. That is really, really strange.
That being said, we're going to start our own channel, our own ASMR video.
We're going to have our own ASMR. There's going
We're
to
at
be
least going to have a video.
There are going to be compartmentums to our actual episodes. So we might do an ASMR video, a episode about ASMR. We also might append that with an actual ASMR video, or we might listen to Bigfoot hunters. We also may go out and chase
and try
Bigfoot
to in
ourselves.
Brian's backyard.
That's right. That's what's to tell him where it is. We're going to be on secret location. All right, let's listen to Cheapskates. We'll get into it, and here we go. I don't know what this is, but it's a cheapskate. I love the happy music that comes along with this.
My name's Greg Insco. I'm 29 years old. I've lived in Cincinnati, Ohio all my life. I'm a Zumba dance instructor, and I'm an extreme cheapskate.
A Zumba dance instructor.
Zumba.
Everybody's all into Zumba.
It's fun.
Is that
I've taken it. I've
My
taken
Astrid's been to a few classes.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, and she's like at the gym, and then I'll go to the gym with her and I'll work out. I mean, when we actually had time to work out, but she was behind the glass and doing the whole Zumba thing, and she's like, "You should come in and join me." There's like other guys. I saw those other guys.
I think I tried to get Jeff to join me too, and he was like, "No."
I was like, I do not have a
not be
unitard.
joining.
I do not have a skin tight
Like,
unitard.
come on.
I know one guy literally was wearing a skin tight unitard. He was like 70. One ball was on each side of his leg. And then his dick was just like pointing straight out. You know what I'm saying? Like those little small dicks that just kind of like.
Nub.
It looks like a little button. Yeah, it looks like a button you push. Push here for fun.
What's Zumba?
What's Zumba? I don't know. Push my button and find out. Anyway.
I'll do a clinical study anytime I can because those pay really good money. I really wanted to buy this Lowrider, and I had to get $3,500 somehow. I got really lucky. The clinical study that I found online was paying the same amount. I had to put ointment in my butt, but I got a car out of it.
Nothing like your Zumba instructor rolling up in a lowrider.
Nothing like your Zumba instructor having oily stuff leak out of his leotard while you're Zumba instructing. Hey, man, you got some discharge there. That's just a clinical study I'm in. Don't worry about that. It smells pretty bad. I think there's blood in there somewhere. You might want to check that out.
That's just a clinical study.
Hey, man, there's literally a hole burning in your leotard right now.
Oh, the clinical studies.
That's just where we inject herpes directly in our assholes.
Yeah. This is the, we're
Don't
supposed to
worry
report
about
back.
it. Yeah, it's for the good of all humankind.
That's why they were paying $3,500.
That's right. I can't sit or shit anymore. I have to shit out of this bag, but man, I got my car. I got my lowrider. Yes, you did.
So it was well worth it. I'll do anything to make a buck. You just use the window squeegees,
Have you heard of OnlyFans?
and you can really wash your whole car with it. I don't know who would spend money on a car wash when you can wash it yourself right here.
So if you can't get the visual there, but what he did was he pulled up to the gas station. Have those squeegees with the water that's like, half trucker piss.
He's out there doing his lowrider. He was washing his lowrider with a
that's
squeegee.
right. Only under the most brutal of circumstances do I ever pull out that water.
Well, I know
because
it's dirty.
I worked at a gas station, and never once in my 1 year of working at the gas station did anybody ever change or ask me to change that water.
Yeah, no.
Ever. It just happened to be there all the time. It's like people were pissing in it or something. I'm not sure.
Hi, welcome to my condo. I got pretty lucky. One of the ladies from Zumba said, "Hey, my grandpa just passed away. If you want to live in our condo for free." In return,
It's Booty. It's
it
Booty's
is.
mom. Hey, you want to live in my screened-in porch?
It's a spacious porch.
I'm supposed to mow her lawn, but you can't beat free rent.
I agree with that. That I agree with.
This is all from when the guy passed away. He left it all here. I didn't have any furniture. It worked out nice. These are my roommates. We got Raj and Kevin here.
Wait, he's living with a
What up,
grandma.
Raj?
What up, Raj? What up, Kevin? This is my roommate, Bryan. These are my roommates.
Chilling in the dead grandma's house.
These are my roommates from the screened-in porch, Dave and Bryan. What's up, guys? Cocaine. That's what's up. With all that money we spent on cocaine, we probably could have been living in a really nice apartment together, with central AC and walls. When it rained, everything got wet. I just want to let you know that. Dave's bed would just be soaking, like his covers would just be soaked. But he wouldn't care. He'd be like, it'll dry out in the morning.
Yeah, no worries.
He'd be out there with a hairdryer.
It's painful bringing women back to the apartment because furniture is everything. It's embarrassing.
This place definitely smells like old people.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Greg pays for the apartment, but I do know that Kevin and I pay a pretty fair amount.
It's a large 3-bedroom condo.
Oh, wait.
Ooh, he's making money on something he's getting for free.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's none of their business what he's paying for, but at the end of the day, they're going to see this video and be like, hey, first of all, we want walls. Hey, Kev, we watched your TLC episode and we were really impressed with how much money you've saved. We want out of the screened-in porch. We want walls. We want out of the screened-in porch into the kitchenette area. That's what ended up happening during the real cold winter months. I ended up sleeping under the kitchenette.
So I knew I'd be able to take my roommates with me and charge them rent, even though I'm living for free. This is the kitchen. All right, where to begin? There's no point in paying for anything that you should get
I agree.
Really kind of shitty.
I agree.
for free in life. I never spend money on condiments. Anytime you go to a restaurant, just take extra when you're there.
Okay, all right.
A lot of people do that.
A lot of people do that. I have a bunch of Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I would never pay for paper plates or any kind of plate, really. I got lucky. I got these from my my nephew's birthday party. To save money on cups, I actually reuse yogurt cups. I got this from my grandma. This way, they're all labeled. Everybody knows whose cup's whose. But if we get a
Yogurt
guest, I
cups?
actually
Hold
give
on.
them the...
Yogurt cup.
Wait, I'm trying to picture because we like the little Chobani.
No, the little yogurt, the little like.
And then there's also the Yoplait, which are taller. So is he going with the taller ones?
No, I think
They
I
have
don't
a
know.
lip. They have a lip.
I didn't
on
watch.
them.
Yeah, they have a lip on them. Well, I mean, that's so you don't spill on yourself.
Oh my god!
But you have a guest
Like
come
a
over, they're
yogurt
like,
cup.
hey, can I get a slice of that cake? Yeah, no problem. Got it out of the dumpster. If you go ahead and get yourself a Spider-Man styrofoam plate from the dishwasher, grab yourself a Yoplait.
Yeah.
Go ahead and grab yourself a Go-Gurt, fill it up with soda. That I got by collecting old sodas from the street and pouring them together.
Oh my god!
I spit in it for fizz.
big cup, so it makes them feel special. I don't put them in the dishwasher because the dishwasher wastes way too much money on electric and water, so I just hand wash them in the sink.
Oh,
That
There's no
actually
point
is
in
a
having
myth. It actually is not.
You use a lot more water washing
hand
dishes
washing.
yourself.
Yes.
Yes, I know this for a fact because I convinced my wife that was true.
Bulb inside a refrigerator. I took the bulb out of the refrigerator. It saves me almost $40 a year in electric.
40 a
I'm
year.
not sure $40 is worth it. I actually want to see what I'm grabbing in the middle of the night.
40 a year. Okay.
This cake tastes like broccoli, but I'm going to go with it because I don't know what the fuck I got in my hand.
This is my closet. When I go shopping, I always leave the tags on the shirt because you never know if it's going to go out of style. So always keep the tags and you can just return them later. I paid for them. It's not stealing if you pay for it. I'm living the dream.
Wait, yeah, it's stealing if you use it and then
yeah.
put it back. Come on, man. Come on. That's.
I have heard a lot of people doing this.
Oh, I know that. I know women who do this.
But
I have
it's
dated
not good
women
practice.
who do this.
No,
Yeah.
it's not good practice.
I have dated women who do this. They take a outfit for the night and then they take it back the next day.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a little shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but it's a little shitty. You
Well,
really,
wait, he's talking about wearing stuff so it goes out of style.
yeah,
My
he's
God.
I mean, what goes out? How long does it take for something to go out of
Years.
style? I'm still wearing my Quicksilver shirt from 1987. I bought this when I was 12.
As soon as I'm done living the dream, I just return it.
Living the dream.
Biggest money saver in the whole condo is right here in the bathroom.
Greg thinks that he lives a pretty normal life, and most other people would probably think so too until they get to know him. He takes showers with his clothes on.
By washing my clothes in
Wait, what? How do you get yourself clean by taking?
That doesn't even seem like it's saving money.
Nope.
There's time. There's time that's involved in it. And like,
Okay,
what?
it's story time. You want to hear a story?
Is he washing it with Tide?
Yeah,
Is
no,
he washing it with a bar soap?
I mean, bar soap can get your clothes clean. We've all done that. I
Right,
stayed in Costa Rica for 3 months one time. I bar soap cleaned my same underwear
Right.
night after night.
But
You want to hear a story?
yeah.
So one time I was in maybe it's my late teens, and I was working in a restaurant. There was a girl who was kind of religious, right? I mean, and I don't know what kind of religion she was. Didn't matter. She was kind of religious, meaning she was a bit straight laced. We all went to an after party after one night after shift, and it was someone's birthday, and then we went to someone's house. Everyone's partying, everyone's drinking, everyone's
porch?
having a good time.
Is it your porch?
No, this wasn't my house. This was someone else's house. So even this girl, let's call her, I don't know, let's call her Betty. Even Betty was getting drunk, right? She was a very attractive young lady. And after a while, she starts getting kind of flirty and handsy, right? And so we decide at the end of the night that we are going to go back to her apartment. We go back to her apartment, and she goes to take a shower. And I hear from the shower. Now, everyone's pretty drunk at this point. I hear from the shower, "Why don't you come join me in the shower?" And I was like, oh, I don't mind if I do. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I go into the shower, to the bathroom, and there's one of these curtains, right? And so I get naked, thinking like, I get naked, probably already at half mast, ready to go, right? And I swing back the curtain, and she is in a one-piece bathing suit, taking a shower. She was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "You said get in the shower." And she's like, "Oh, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Is the question. What are we doing?
What are you doing here?
This is the unsexiest thing that's ever happened to me. The bathing suit never came off. I'm just going to let you know that.
In the shower with me, I'm saving at least $15 a month because I don't have to use a washer, a dryer, soap. When I take a shower, I keep a bucket in there and it catches all the excess water from me. At the end of the week, when I'm ready to flush the toilet, I take that water and pour it directly into the toilet, and that's what causes the toilet to flush.
Where does the shit go until then?
Oh, God.
Man, that's gross. You're gross. I can't stand this
No.
shit. We were having this whole conversation in the car the other day about like farting, like, you know, the types of farts and whatever, right? It's just this whole conversation between adults about farts.
Between adults.
And asked her, or someone made the suggestion, you should do a show about this. And I said I would if I didn't think I would gag the entire time. Like, I just don't like that. I don't like that conversation. It's not my favorite.
No.